Alright, we got our test battery out, and I've finally ran into the first problem of this deal. My connectors are being a little bit difficult in wanting to mate together. There we go. Now we got the battery secured. So how should we test this? And I know I said I was gonna splice in a voltmeter. I should go ahead and do that before I really get too far into this. Make sure that our voltage is pretty close. You can run something for just a little bit before you start worrying about voltage issues. There's the other big reason I have a huge impetus to finish this project up, is because weekend of the 4th of April, it's Easter weekend, I'm going to be attending the first race I've raced in 20 years, going up to Rocky Ridge in Decatur and running a TCCRA race, which I haven't ran a race since I was 17? Yeah, 17. Made the biggest mistake of my life. Quit dirt bike racing for ice hockey. I'll save that for later. I'm gonna keep the plastic cover on this thing. That's a lot of wire on this voltmeter. I think for right now we're going to just test it by sticking, basically using it to probe these two backs of these two connections. I'll wire it in officially here in a little bit. All right. You'd basically be doing the same thing on the multimeter right there. So the next question is, hey genius, how are you going to kick it with all this stuff just sitting here and no gas tank? That's a good question. I could run out all the gas that's currently in the carb, or go through and start routing and mounting this stuff. And pause the video for that bit. Routing, mounting, securing, putting in all my switches and everything. And I'm not going to put in all my turn signals and everything. That's for another day. Really, I just want to get headlight, taillight, and charging system functional on this. Alrighty. Let me pull that back through. I know I'm doing this the hard way. And yeah, I most likely can go ahead and just kickstart this thing without a seat on it. Just gotta stand up and find something to stand on. I'll probably go find a curb or whatnot. But I'm gonna get the front routed so I can at least get the tank on. Yeah, I'm gonna pause this because I don't think this is gonna be particularly exciting for you guys, so let's give it a little pause here. So we've kind of ran into the first snag. I've been trying to figure out, I think I might not have charged this battery enough yesterday. I only charged it for a couple of hours. So I have everything initially hooked up the way it's supposed to. well, not everything, but my test light, which is going to be the rear light. Have the battery ran, and I have the switch mounted into on, but so far I hadn't had much luck with this. So everything appears to be right so far, but I'm just not getting any life on the brake light. I'm going to try connecting a horn to it at least. I don't see any life on the voltmeter either at the battery. And it's quite possible I got a bunk battery, but I highly doubt that. That's the other thing I really like about this Tusk kit, is that it's kind of like putting together a computer. It's like square peg, square hole, round peg, round hole, etc, etc, etc. And this battery fully charged, you actually should be able to run this whole setup for about 5 days. Let's see. And not getting any signs of life on the horn either. Okay. We're going to take a break on this for a little bit. And I'm going to try charging the battery more to see if that is the magical solution to our dilemma right now. Goodness, this connector is being very stubborn. To find a place for all that anyway, but we'll see what's going on. I've troubleshot out much worse stuff than a bike wiring harness. Huh. Anyways, let's see if this is the problematic factor here. We'll roll back out here in a little bit. Alright, we're back. So this thing says it's fully charged. So I just realized we have a way to test the battery right now. Let's pull this out of the back. We're probing. Let's get this, let's see if we can get any life from the battery. Alrighty. Well, I'm not getting any signs of life from the voltmeter on the battery. I really hope I don't have a bad battery. It's really put a damper in getting this together. Yeah, then again, I haven't checked this voltmeter. Could be completely off base here. Well, that's certainly a little bit disheartening. Let's check and see if the voltmeter's good. And if I have a bad battery, this is really going to set me back a little bit. There was at one point my flashlight at the house broke, so I rigged up a motorcycle fog light to work with the Ryobi battery. That's actually what gave me the inspiration for using a drill battery. I'm gonna have to trim this up a bit more. Using a drill battery to power the dual sport kit on the RM125. I know this battery is fully charged. Okay, let's double check. Yeah, we got 4 bars on it. 4 bars! Ooh, ah! A little bit of a buzz there, not bad. Yeah, the voltmeter's good. I think that Tuss battery might be bunk. Well, that's a little depressing. That'd be the first Tuss product I've got that doesn't work. Well, let's try again. Yeah, I'm not getting any signs of life out of this battery. Well, crap. Well, that's certainly not good. Well, how am I going to make the connection to a battery to try and power this? I don't have a regulator. You can't use a Ryobi battery because it's 18 volts. You'll torch all of your lights. You got to use a step down or a step down regulator, which will pull all of your voltage from like all the way down from like 40 volts down to 12. You lose a little bit of power in the meantime, but well, I guess we're gonna have to test this the old-fashioned way. I'm gonna hook back up the Tusk here, even though I suspect this battery is dead. No good. It's no good. Come on, man. I think all the wiring is correct. Yeah, I'm gonna need to grab a boot to make the second part of this test work. Alright, so we're probed in. Yeah, I'm not about to try and start this thing. Even though I've got a auto decompression on it, I'm not about to try and start this thing without a set of boots on. I should have enough fuel left over in the carburetor to fire this bad boy up. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just toss on the tank. So let's pause for a second. I'm gonna go grab a boot.